Hi, this is Justin Eugene Schultz. Birthday's 10/12/84. Social Security 489900698. My Facebook is Justin Mike Lowry Schultz, MikeLowery space SCHULTZ. My Instagram is JSchultz84, SCHULTZ84. And my YouTube channel is Justin Mike Lowry Schultz, Facebook without the letter K. And I have my three cell phones that are filled with evidence. One's broke, but it could probably be put back together, hopefully, by the ACLU. And what else? All my text messages to Channel 5 News, and all my and all my Facebook messages, which I have about 800 of them, 900 of them, Instagram messages, to government people, begging and pleading for someone to make them stop framing me. My calls to all the corrupted FBI's, corrupted St. Louis FBI, corrupted Kansas City, Missouri FBI, corrupted Shiloh, Illinois FBI, corrupted Springfield, Illinois FBI, corrupted Fairview Heights, Illinois FBI, corrupted other FBI's in Missouri, excuse me, corrupted corrupted Dallas FBI, corrupted Fairview, or not Fairview Heights, but Colorado FBI, corrupted two Washington D.C. FBI's, corrupted Freedom of Information Act FBI, who sent me a fake, fraud, phony Freedom of Information Act. I didn't request any of the information. I didn't request any of the information that they sent. I requested information on all this situation and being framed, terrorized, tormented, tortured, harassed, spied on, gang stalked, framed, and almost murdered in innocent cold blood by my own government, the United States of America, when I'll die for my country any day, any time. And I protect my country every single day from the corruption and the crimes that a lot of the intelligence agencies, the corrupted FBI, and corrupted law enforcement are committing against, and all their crimes are committing against American citizens, and all their illegal and false mass surveillance without our consent, without our consent. That should be voted on. That should be voted on, and the American citizens vote no, and they're going to say, "Oh, well, it's for your own protection. It's for your own protection," and they're going to say, "Oh, well, it's to help prevent a terrorist attack." So first and foremost, there's been only one terrorist attack on America since a date for almost 200 for around 250 years since 1776, since the United States of America's birth. One terrorist attack, and that's heartbreaking and devastating, and all the people lost their lives. That's absolutely terrible and horrible and devastating. And prayers go out to all of them. You know that's heartbreaking. However, the mass surveillance has never once prevented a terrorist attack in the United States of America, and the odds of us being attacked by the odds of us getting attacked by another terrorist attack are slim to zero, slim to zero. Our government surveillance of the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, we're the most powerful country in the entire world with the best surveillance in the entire world. We surveil the entire planet Earth. We literally surveil the entire planet Earth. Mostly, I mean, from NSA to CIA to the NSA to Homeland Security to National Reconnaissance and to any other intelligence agencies we have and government operatives. We surveil the entire planet. We pick up we pick up all the phone calls, text messages, Google searches, everything can decrypt almost anything that's encrypted, or a lot of it. We pick up everything. We pick up everything, and so we have enough surveillance on the world, that we don't need surveillance on American citizens, violating our constitutional rights, violating our freedoms, violating our civil liberties, and they're all so power hungry, and they're so power hungry, and wanting to use their hidden capabilities and their hidden tactics and all their technology to spy on American citizens, falsely and illegally, and without our consent. They are obsessed with using their technology. They're obsessed with using their technology. They're obsessed with spying on American citizens. They're obsessed with spying on American citizens. They're obsessed with using their technology and obsessed with their power, their power, their power. And they're just more and more power hungry each and every day. And they want to continue to spy on American citizens and try to use fear to try to use fear against us, American citizens, to try to get us to go along with them spying on the American citizens. And they do it illegally and falsely anyway, so it doesn't matter. They do it all underneath the table anyway. And so I'm not the one committing crimes. I'm the one upholding the Constitution of the United States of America. It is the corrupt law enforcement, the corrupted FBI, corrupted intelligence agencies spying on American citizens illegally and falsely without our consent, violating our constitutional rights, violating our civil liberties, violating our freedoms. And what's the trade-off? What's the trade-off? There's a fine line. There's a fine line between our civil rights, our liberties, and our freedoms and our constitutional rights, and versus surveillance on the United States of America and our citizens, illegally and falsely. There's a fine line there, and they cross that fine line every single day, all day, way whether a trillion miles past that fine line, a trillion miles past that fine line, and they try to use fear. They try to instill fear to American citizens. Say, "Oh, it's to prevent another terrorist attack." When has mass surveillance prevented a terrorist attack in America? And matter of fact, to be clear and present, mass surveillance actually allowed 9/11 to happen because they vacuumed up so much information that they couldn't identify the terrorists. They didn't identify the terrorist attack in time. NSA had the information to prevent 9/11, but because they were vacuuming up so much information, because they were spying on so many people, because they were spying on hundreds of millions of American citizens, and they're probably doing the exact same today. I know they're doing mass surveillance on America, and so is the FBI, and so are other government intelligence agencies, most likely, because all these federal Wi-Fi's, all the spy drones that were spying on America, all the spy planes with former FBI Director Mueller in 2011 even said in a news article, you can look it up and it's on YouTube, that the FBI uses video surveillance, spy drones, spy planes, and spy helicopters to spy on America and spy on American citizens and collect data. And that's exactly what they've been doing. That's exactly what they've been doing without our consent, violating our constitutional rights. They're burning down the Constitution of the United States of America while I'm trying to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and protect all the American citizens from being illegally and falsely spied on by any of the government. We floated across the entire ocean in shitty boats and not knowing where we were going, not knowing what was going to happen, not knowing if we were going to find land or not, and to run from tyranny. And here comes another military helicopter flying my way, and I'm going to record it again. I got to find it. Oh, I think they turned it around. They turned it around. Oh, there. Yeah, they turned it around because I'm making videos to upload to Facebook on all this corruption and all the crimes of the corrupted FBI. I've been filing complaints with the corrupted FBI, corrupted St. Louis FBI once again, corrupted Fairview Heights, Illinois FBI, corrupted Springfield, Illinois FBI, corrupted Shiloh, Illinois FBI, corrupted FBI, Kansas City, Missouri FBI, corrupted Colorado FBI, corrupted Dallas FBI, 2 corrupted Washington, D.C. FBIs, corrupted other Missouri FBIs, corrupted FBI National Complaint Line, corrupted FBI, let's see what else, corrupted Baton Rouge, Louisiana FBI, corrupted FBI Freedom of Information Act FBI, who sent me a fabricated, framing me, Freedom of Information Act. They misspelled my last name 2 times on purpose. They put the incorrect address on purpose, and this was to cover, and they didn't put which agent who did the Freedom of Information Act. That way the agent couldn't be identified in a courtroom. And this was to frame me in the Freedom of Information Act. However, if I tried to use it against them in a courtroom, guess what? It didn't have my last name spelled twice properly. It had the wrong address, and it didn't have the agent that did the illegal fabricated framing me Freedom of Information Act. So that was all set up by the corrupted FBI and corrupted Special Agent Hunter Butters of FBI Headquarters, Internal Affairs Division, lied to me for 2 years from late fall or late winter of 2020, from November or December when I first called her in 2020, all the way up to about mid 2022. And I filed hundreds and hundreds of complaints with her about being framed, left it on her voicemail 202-324-2365. Sorry, I hear a helicopter, another helicopter. And so I filed literally hundreds of complaints with her, left her hundreds of voicemails, spoke with her around 7 or 8 times over that period of roughly 2 years, year and a half, 2 years. And she lied to me over and over and over and over. And I sent her an overwhelming amount of information about me being framed, about 6 inches of paperwork, handwritten paperwork, typed out paperwork, documentation on not paperwork, but written documentation, and typed out information and screenshots of evidence, including the screenshots of them planting me in a Bangladesh cyber warfare group or cyber crime group, including the screenshot of them planting me in an Islam group. And I sent her screenshots of evidence of that. And she claimed all 7 times where she lied, that no one was framing me, that she couldn't see anything with the corrupt police or corrupted FBI framing me. She didn't see it. She lied. And to prove that she lied, she changed her phone number because I kept calling her and the corrupted FBI out and telling Congress that she belongs in federal prison, that she belongs in federal prison, that she belongs in federal prison. And so do all these corrupted FBI agents. How many times did I call her and tell her, you send federal agents to my mom's house right now and pick me up and make me come take have me come take a polygraph, which I'll happily take and pass with 1,000,000,000 flying colors. And you pick up these corrupt FBI agents framing me and you make them take polygraphs and they'll all fail miserably. But because I was exposing the corrupted FBI, because the corrupted FBI was guilty of framing me and is guilty of framing me and is guilty of all their crimes and their obstruction of justice and conspiracy and framing me and all their hidden tactics and all their hidden capabilities, and then being able to remove, change, plant, backdate, connect, disconnect, reconnect, turn on, turn off, activate, deactivate, create effects, and anything that connects to the internet. Corrupted Special Agent Heather Butters of FBI headquarters was covering it all up, because she didn't want the corrupted FBI exposed for all their crimes. And the corrupted FBI, this proves that the corrupted FBI doesn't provide constitutional and fair trials in the United States of America. And it proves that she was lying and covering all this up when I filed hundreds of complaints with her over a period of a year and a half, begging and pleading with her to do something about this. And she wouldn't do anything about it but lie. And she must take a polygraph and she belongs in federal prison. Now, they changed her phone number. I got the corrupted FBI to change their phone number. Corrupted Special Agent Heather Butters changed her phone number. And then when I called it went to a dead-end voicemail. That dead-end voicemail, I started leaving complaints on there calling the corrupted FBI for their crimes framing me. They changed it again to a male officer in the Internal Affairs Division. Started calling him out for his crimes, telling him he was going to federal prison. Then they changed it again. So they changed the number 3 different times. 3 different times, and I got the FBI to change their number 2 different times. I'm sorry, they changed their number 2 different times. 3. 1, 2, 3. They changed their name number 3 different times, and I'm the one who got corrupted FBI headquarters, corrupt Internal Affairs Division, to change their number 3 times from covering up all of their crimes and covering all the FBI's crimes over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's what the corrupted FBI headquarters does. It covers up most of the corrupted FBI's crimes, if not all of them. And so I'm the one who got her to change her number 3 times. Why'd she change her number if they weren't guilty of crimes? Why'd she change her number if they weren't lying? Why'd she change her number if she knew that she was going to federal prison for obstruction of justice and conspiracy and covering up me being framed, terrorized, tormented, tortured, harassed, spied on, gang stalked, framed, and almost murdered an innocent cold blood? And so she changed her number, proving 3 times, proving that the internal affairs of the corrupt FBI is corrupt, and covering up crimes of the FBI. And all these corrupted FBI's that I called, their intake agents were all told false information and lied to, but they also all took part in framing me, took part in trying to make me look crazy, took part in trying to frame me in conversations. Corrupted FBI agents I've spoken with them as well over the phone. They all took part in framing me. They all took part in lying. Corrupted St. Louis FBI called my parents' house one time, my parents' house phone number from a restricted number. This was in like 2019. And they were toying with me, trying to frame me in a conversation. And so they were like, oh, let me pass you to my drone expert. And then I would be passed it, and they were probably all sitting right next to one another, handing each other the phone. Then he's like, let me pass you to my Google Maps expert. Let me pass you to my internet expert. And this was done 3 different times, and it was framing me in conversations when they're all experts on all this situation, when they're all experts in all these fields or whatever. So they were toying with me and framing me in the conversation, and they were probably all sitting right next to one another, handing each other the phone, trying to frame me in a conversation. How about when corrupted FBI headquarters, when they had a female call, and they had a female call on purpose, because a female's voice, it's going to be hard for anyone to believe that a female would take part in framing anyone. So, and a female's voice is softer, it's more relaxed, more calming, and it doesn't, and they had her sound like she was trying to help. So my mom answers the call from 636-517-1102 from FBI headquarters, which I have a picture of. Then they say, can I talk to Justin? So my mom hands me the phone, and this was in like 2000.